It was the cold, dark winter of 2026.
Ooh.
The year had started off with blinding blizzards crippling parts of Canada and the US. And from the shadows of darkness comes Bert and Nick.
Let me tell you, you're not wrong, because trust and believe, I'm about done with this snow stuff. That can go away.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, but we got like 30, 40 centimeters coming again on Sunday.
Oh, see, that's crazy. We've got, because, the U.S., I think we've got a couple of more inches, like 2 or 3 more inches to go, and then hope and pray it's done. But it's coming. It's going to be February, so who knows what February has in store?
I know, we're not even into it yet.
No, that's the scary part.
So 15.7 inches is what they're expecting for us on Sunday. So that's going to be fun again. I luckily, they had someone come and plow out our little parking area here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was in a meeting, so I couldn't come out and move my car. So it was plowed around my car. And I had to go out and shovel it out. And let me tell you, my back was twitching after that.
Oh, yeah.
That was heavy.
It's crazy. You don't necessarily think of that stuff until you're doing it. It's like for us, we got, I would say, between 15 and 18 inches the last snowfall.
Right.
So Saturday and Sunday, it was technically late Saturday night started, and then it snowed all the way through Sunday. Right. At one point, I was like, let me go out and just scoop the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, we already had 12 inches, maybe 8 to 12.
Right.
So I'm scooping. I had to take breaks like every 35, 40 minutes because I'm like, I am going to die.
I know. Well, you know what they say? Like shoveling snow is one of the great widow makers out there. A lot of people
that is true.
Get their big one. They go see Lucille in the sky.
That's right. I actually looked it up. Do you know how many deaths there are per year in the United States? You probably won't know this because it's the U.S. per year that is based around having scooping snow.
No, I don't know it for Canada either. So
it's 100 per year deaths come from shoveling snow. I
feel that is a lot. Like there's a lot of people, but most of them aren't shoveling snow.
That's because someone else, I had an argument. I can't remember who it was. And they're like, that's not even a big number. I'm like, half the United States don't even see snow.
Right.
80% of the rest of the United States has snow all the time. So they've got like snow plows. They've got snow machines, clearing machines. They have all that stuff. That leaves that little small 20% of people that only has a shovel, and they're out shoveling, and 100 of those people die.
Right. And that's only one person per household.
Yeah.
Like the whole household ain't out doing it. So that cuts it down like to a quarter of those people too.
Correct.
So 100's significant, I think.
Significant. That's exactly what I said. I said, that's a freaking high number. And listen, this may stun people. I am not necessarily on a poster for a fitness magazine.
Me neither.
I know that's hard to believe. Don't let these glasses fool you. Like I'm not, I am not the picture of health. Okay. Okay.
We don't want to be a statistic. Like we want to keep out of that 100,
I'm like an endangered creature. There's only one of me left.
That's right.
And when I go extinct, good luck. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up. I might have mentioned this before, but I wasn't sure what it was. Pandas are no longer endangered.
Really? I didn't know that.
Pandas have came back. I think that's the only thing that we've ever put on a protected list that has actually come back.
Freaking congratulations, pandas.
Yeah, congratulations, panda.
I'm so proud of you. You did it.
You did it. You are good.
And it's a little fun, wasn't it? Yeah, you freaks. Freaky pandas.
I mean, the funny thing is at least to pandas, we were the cause of and solution to their problem.
Yeah, that is true.
We made him endangered, and then we're like, you know what? We're gonna bring you back.
We was just bringing him back from the brink. Sometimes you just gotta let something know. You gotta let it know. Listen, you mess with us, extinction.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna bring you back.
Yeah, we're just it's a flex of our power.
That's right.
That we brought him back just to show him.
Sometimes you just gotta show
him. We can give and we can take away.
Taketh away.
We are like your Lord.
That's right. Speaking of giveth and taketh away, we had a story last week, Nick.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, one of my favorite thumbnails from last week was me in a location trying to get these blind boxes. And the guy took them from me, Nick.
Okay.
You remember that story?
Yes, I do. I was so mad.
I was mad. Guess what?
You got him. Oh. Target.
We've got Tiny Nightmares Series 2.
Nice.
It's got the Wolfman, Annabelle, Black Phone, The Exorcist.
Yep.
Why does it not have Us, Child's Play 3, Gremlins, and Megan 2.0?
There's a lot of cool stuff you can get in there.
So now I've got 4 of these.
So did he try to stop you this time?
I deliberately went to the registers to see if he was there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I thought I was being super smart. I went to a different Target location because I traveled the entire state of Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw that guy. I'm going to go to a different one. And technically, I went to 3 Targets and none of them have these.
So did you end up going back to the original one?
So I went back and I went to see if that guy was there and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to try this again. Went right up, beeped right through. I don't know.
Yeah. So do you guys have a lot of self-checkout there?
It's almost everything's all self-checkout.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny in the airport in New York there were not people in the stores.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Most places are like that. There is none.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was under the mistaken impression that I needed cash. There was nowhere to spend the cash.
I know, right? Welcome to America.
I came back with the same amount of cash as what I left with, and I've been giving it out as souvenirs. I put a little in my props box because when I make a movie, I'm always going to pretend it's in America.
Oh, yeah.
Because that way people will think it's like a big deal production.
Oh, absolutely. You got to do that.
That's my plan. Yeah, so I stuffed a bunch in my prop box. So
that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
No one wants to watch Canadian media.
You could change that. You could be the face of Canadian media now, Nick. You could be.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right. I'll start off with the big boys and then I'll do some stuff.
There you go.
It's all going to be shot in Canada.
There was somebody that was like a star that they refused to do anything, but they just wanted only to be in Canadian movies. And I can't remember who that star was.
What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Every single movie they pitched to be in Canada.
Well, I know Robert Eggers, who did The Lighthouse and The Witch and stuff.
Yeah.
He films all that here. He loves it here. In fact, he did The Lighthouse, I don't know, 10 minutes from here.
That's wild.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, I lost it again. Oh, no, I remember
it's
what
back.
it was. Oh,
it's
my
back,
God.
Boys.
It's back again. Did you see that interview with Ethan Hawke recently?
I don't think so. About what?
So I didn't know this, but Ethan Hawke comes every year and lives a big part of the year in Nova Scotia.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
and someone asked him about it. He just loves it here. He comes with his kids. He has a place up here. I had no idea. Every year he's been doing it for 18 years.
You could have been rubbing elbows with this guy.
I know. He's super cool too. Plus you know who his daughter is?
I don't know whose daughter is.
You do though.
Who is it?
You do. Do you have Robin behind you?
Yes.
That's his daughter.
I didn't know that was his daughter.
Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke.
I never put it together.
No, me neither for the longest time.
Huh.
But yeah, I guess they all come up here. He loves it here. The host of the TV show has given him a real hard time.
Really? Why?
They're like, why Nova Scotia? Like, why even bother?
Nick's like,
and
why
he was like,
not?
what are you doing? Yeah, and Ethan Hawke was like, "What? I feel like I've done something bad here. Like, I love it there." And she's like, "Yeah, but there's so many good places. I went past there one time. There was nothing."
Wow.
And he's like, "There's all kinds of stuff. What are you talking about?" He was defending us.
That was toxic, what she said.
Yeah.
Was it a she or he?
Well, she.
That was mean, lady.
Oh, that was mean. But yeah, there's all kinds of comments from people in Nova Scotia. It's like, yeah, it is nice here. What's your problem, lady?
They're like, what you talking about? Don't you talk about our spot like that.
Ethan Hawke stood up for us, though, and that means a lot more than whoever she was. I don't even know her name.
No one knows who she was. Nobody.
Yeah, everyone knows Ethan Hawke. He's a great actor.
Great actor.
And Nova Scotia connoisseur.
Nick, did you see my new chair?
I did see your new chair after you pointed it out, unfortunately.
Look at this. I'm going up, boys.
Going up.
Look, I'm super tall now. I'm like a big boy.
Oh, you know what happens. You upgrade, I gotta upgrade.
It's about time. This one fully reclines.
Yeah. I know that's gonna be good because you could be doing your ghost research and say, I don't feel like going to bed, and you just lean back.
That's probably a bad idea because there's a lot of times where I feel like that's all I would do is just freaking lay down in something. The other night I was waiting on something. I was doing something and I legit fell asleep like halfway into doing it. And I woke up, I'm like, where am I at? I'm like, oh, this is my house.
I don't allow myself to take naps.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I do not want to leave my home. I'm a bear. Mm-hmm. I just want to stay in here. And it wasn't, so I guess people don't know we're recording on a different night than we normally do.
Right, yeah.
Because the storms were destroying our stuff.
Yep.
So since I didn't have anything to do that night, I was sitting in my chair in the living room and I was fighting it so hard. I was like straining not to fall asleep. and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it happen. And I was out like that. And I must have fell into such a deep sleep because when I woke up, it was like I awoke in another dimension. I didn't know where I was, what was around me. It was crazy. I never nap and I just let it happen.
You know, the problem with me and napping, if I nap, my body, it doesn't say, this is a nap. It says, all right, we're just going to bed early today. And I will not wake up. I will not wake up until the next morning at whatever time I'm supposed to wake up, unless something deliberately wakes me up. Or like in the case of the other night, I started to fall over and I'm like, I'm dying. Oh, where am I at? Oh, this is my house. So it's like, that's the only times. I don't know.
But I mean, is that a problem? Knowing our schedule, would a good, 10 to 12 hours sleep hurt us? Probably not.
No. Not me anyway. I could sit there and probably sleep easily. I bet I'm so sleep deprived at this point. I could easily sleep a few days at 12 to 15 hours and probably just catch up.
Yeah, if you give into it, you'll go into the Sandman's realm.
Can't do it, Nick. I'm out of curiosity. I'm for anyone that doesn't know, I wear an Oura ring. I wonder what it says my current status of sleep is, because it'll tell you if you're like sleep deprived. I don't think I've quite reached that step. The last couple of nights I went to bed at like a decent hour. It says my sleep is currently at a 71.
Oh, that don't sound so good.
It says, counting sheep, after a very active day yesterday, it took you 0 hours and 30 minutes to fall asleep. It's possible that your workout, which was not a workout, it was me trying not to die outside, kept your metabolism up. Doing something relaxing in the evening can help you fall asleep faster. How about reserving time for a mindful moment tonight?
Was it telling you to meditate?
Who knows? Apparently, I've got sleep depth right now of 40 minutes. I don't know what that means. Apparently, it's low.
Right. But that's all right. I'll tell you what. If this big storm comes again, we're going to have tons of time to look up all kinds of stories for people.
That's true.
Because I am not, if all that snow is in my driveway next Monday, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm taking a stand. I'm not leaving. Unfortunately, I can work from home, which sucks. But
that part does suck. See, for me, listen, if something happens, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that Sunday night,
mm-hmm.
You would think after doing all that snow, not so good. Saturday night, I slept amazingly. It was optimal.
It just caught up to you then, I think.
Friday night, not good. 68. 68, 72, 64, 76, 67, 67, 77, 60. Yep. So, yeah, I typically sit in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, I don't think that's superb, but...
No, but listen, I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. No one can stop me. You know what could
we'll
stop
sleep
me?
when we're dead. What's that?
I just told someone that the other day. I said, I will get the most restful sleep when I'm done.
Right.
You know?
It's over.
You know what would cause me to sleep a long time, Nick?
What's that?
This doggone doomsday clock. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I did hear about that. I did. It's not looking good, Bert.
I just saw, I think it was yesterday, we are at an all-time close to hitting midnight than we've ever been. The doomsday clock, a metaphoric timepiece meant to depict just how close humanity is to complete and utter destruction, tick closer than ever to midnight on Tuesday at just 85 seconds to the stroke of doom.
So I looked into this a little bit today.
Yep.
And I checked what it was on my birth year.
Yep.
And I think it was 7 minutes to midnight.
Isn't that crazy?
And that was the height of the Cold War fears.
Yeah.
We thought we were in annihilation, and we were much further from doomsday than we are now.
Oh, yeah. Like we were basically in a different neighborhood with 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's gone up before. It's gotten better at some points. Like when my brother was born, it was 3 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to blame that on him. But a couple years later, it was back up to 5 or 6, actually 6. But we've just been on a sled hill down.
Surprisingly, I'm looking at the chart now. At one point, we were over 16 minutes.
Yeah. Was that near when it started, or?
Looks like 1993 or 4, maybe.
Okay. Well, man, that must have been good times.
Had to have been good times. And then it fell off a cliff. Literally fell off a cliff in the 2000.
Yeah.
Then like 2008, it fell down, and then it picked back up in 2010. And since then, it has just been straight down, boys and girls, straight down.
Now, I mean, I was a pretty young kid in the 90s, but you know, I spent some teenage years in there as well. I don't remember worrying about much at all.
Yeah, I think I know the reason for that though.
What's that?
Unsolved Mysteries was on, and people didn't really care about much else because Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. We were looking at the deeper things in the universe at that time.
Exactly.
And, you know, maybe that's where we went wrong. Maybe we stopped looking to the skies and into the other realms.
That's right.
And we started to look at where we are, which is crap.
It's crap. It's butt kiss, Nick.
Yeah, we got to focus on everything else but what the present's doing.
That's right.
Like we gotta get wonder back in our lives.
I think so. Listen, what it's going to take is for us to bring the paranormal back, baby.
Right. That's right. And we're doing that.
We're doing it.
One episode at a time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Speaking of weird things, though, I did see one news item that I thought was pretty neat. You
What's
know
that?
how we always find cave paintings and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the oldest one that we had found before was like, I don't want to get this wrong. I think it was like 41 or 56,000 years ago. Let's see. Let me get this right quick. Yeah, so the oldest ones we had found before was in Indonesia, and they were 51,200 years old. And it was a pig and human figures, and we found it in 2024, so not that long ago.
Yeah.
Well, we really found an old one that is 67,800 years or more older. And they had a bird, a humanoid figure. That's important. A humanoid figure.
Okay.
This was also in Indonesia at Sulawesi and Muna Island. And this is the oldest one we found by far by 17,000 years. So there were humanoid birds, regular birds, humanoid figures, not quite human. And what's the first thing you do when you start drawing as a kid? Like when you first start learning to draw, you trace your hand, right?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So they had done that with paints or carvings in these caves.
Yeah.
But their fingers were long and clawed.
What?
Yeah. And they're saying they really don't know why it was like that. Like, it could just be an artistic representation. But in all the other cave paintings that we found, people always do that thing just like kids do. Like you're making those turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where you trace your hand. And they've all been pretty normal hands. Like, you know, the fingers get longer and shorter over time.
Yep.
These were long claws, and you can look a picture of it. And it's kind of weird, and it makes me wonder, what were we at that time?
I already know.
Was it even us?
Nope, wasn't us. I know what it was.
Ancient aliens?
The reptilian people. We talk about them all the time.
The reptilians, yes.
Some doggone reptilians. They got the
is.
claws like the reptilians.
Yeah, and what's a big danger to reptilians? Avians.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why there were pictures of the birds in there.
That's right.
Right?
See there?
I thought that was interesting, though, because that's like, you know, imagine you're going through a cave and you're like, oh, that's a bird. You know, that's a stork. I know all these things. That's a pig. That's a deer. That's a bear. Oh, look, they trace their hands and it's these big claws.
Yeah.
And then I know what I'd be doing. I'd be looking down into the darker parts of the cave and saying, I'll come back later with my buddies.
Exactly.
I'll see if Bert will come look at this with me.
Yeah, but you can't tell Bert what you found because Bert will be like, man, it's kind of late. You know, I don't think I can do it tonight.
It's just some pictures of birds. You just got to go look at them.
Got to get to bed early, Nick. Yeah.
I got a sleep deficit of 40 minutes. I got to catch up on.
I got sleep deprived, Nick. I can't go. It's too much. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's an interesting part of history.
That is interesting.
And sort of to leapfrog into something a little more recent in our history, I started started listening to an audiobook. It is reading. Audiobooks are reading. I'm going to go right there.
100%.
I do both. I like both equally. But I got the audiobook for The Terror. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So this is a real life story that someone wrote a historical fiction book on, and it later became a TV series called The Terror.
Okay.
And what it was is way back, they wanted, they were always obsessed with finding the Northwest Passage.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They thought, we can just drive our boats right over to China and India and all that stuff. And they were obsessed with that because they wanted them spices that the English decided never to use.
Yep.
And they wanted those silks and all that kind of stuff. So this was one of their attempts at that. They've been doing it for years and there's been problems. In fact, the lead guy, John Franklin, had tried it once before. And even though he was knighted after it, he failed spectacularly. He got a lot of people killed, and he had a reputation as the captain who ate his own boots.
It's a heck of a reputation.
You ever heard that?
No.
Well, they ran out of provisions and had to be rescued.
Yeah.
But before then, they had got so hungry that they were boiling the untanned parts of their boots and eating them to survive.
Oh, wow.
Eating the leather off their boots. And it was speculated, and even the captain speculated, although he claimed he didn't do it. He said he's pretty darn sure that the other men ate what we call long pig. Do you know what that is?
No.
They resorted to cannibalism.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, but the tradition in the time was you get back to England, and because you tried, because it was so important to them, you'd get knighted.
Oh.
So he was kind of a little bit of a laughingstock, but he was also knighted.
Yeah.
So he was wealthy and all that kind of stuff. Well, he decided to do it again. And he was confident that he was going to be able to do it this time. He got 2 boats, the Erebor and the Terror.
Oh.
And they had new engines, state of the art. They had ships where the hulls were like African wood, Canadian wood, regular oak, and then steel plating.
I just noticed.
So things wouldn't break through.
I just noticed. What kind of woods did you say?
African.
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah.
And regular oak.
Can be American oak, Nick. You can't let us in on this. Be.
Oh, you know what? It was American oak.
Thank you.
Maybe it was American oak.
Gosh.
Sorry. So it was all. I'm surprised you want to be a part of what's coming up next.
Well, maybe I don't. Let's hear the rest of the story. I'm sorry.
No, it's too late now. No, officially,
I take it back.
African wood, Canadian wood, and American oak.
Nope, I don't know.
American oak was right on the outside to protect everything.
I don't like where this is going, Nick.
So he got these 2 ships, and he had the blessing.
Yeah,
and he loaded it up with food and stuff like that and coal. But I think he overestimated what he was going to do. He didn't learn much from his last one. But Franklin was like, I am not going to be remembered as the captain that ate his own shoes. He hated that.
Yeah.
He hated it. And he wrote in one of his journals one time that everyone likes Franklin, but no one respects Franklin.
Oh.
And that's what he was trying to combat.
He talked in third person.
He did in some parts. I don't know if that was common in journals at the time or not. So this is the thing too. So they had 2 ships, and they had a ridiculous amount of crew members. Amongst these 2 ships, they had 129 crew members.
That's a lot of crew.
That's a lot of people. It was too many people.
Yeah.
And they can only store so much food. That's like more than double what they'd normally have on these ships.
Yeah.
The holds only hold how much food fits there.
Right.
The coal only lasts so long, and they can only carry so much, and they can use up to a ton of it a day.
Yeah.
A day. Because they've got to keep the water hot. They've got to get the steamers going to move the ship. All that kind of stuff. So basically, they get into the Arctic, and they're going through the parts of the north between, Canada and the Arctic and stuff like that. And some of it's charted, some of it's not. So they know what to expect for a little bit of it. But then they get in there, and what was kind of expected is you would overwinter because the ice would seal around you and freeze up.
Oh, yeah.
And you just had to wait it out, right?
Yep.
But they had a lot of problems along the way in that some things that were plotted out as peninsulas were actually islands, and things that were just ice flows were actually islands, and things they thought were islands were just ice flows. And that matters because along coasts of islands, you don't get the ice buildup.
Oh, yeah.
That you do in other places and stuff like that. So they got there the first winter and froze up, and they battened down, and they had a number of people die right away because some people had tuberculosis coming on the ship and they didn't know.
Yeah.
Because they didn't screen them properly. So they had some people just like that.
You know what that means.
Kicked off. It's not good.
Food supply just went up.
Food supply went up. They had like canned soup with vegetables and stuff in it at that time, which I didn't know existed that long ago.
I wouldn't have guessed that either.
Yeah, unfortunately, that used to be sealed with lead, which isn't good for you either.
Yeah, probably don't want to eat that, probably.
Right. Well, I mean, at the time, they thought it was fine. I mean, we went through a period, I think it was in the 60s and 70s, where they thought they sold radium at home that you would put in this water pitcher and you'd irradiate your water because they thought it gave you the vigor of life. So, I mean, that wasn't that long ago, so we weren't much smarter.
Yeah, you get some vigor of something.
Yeah, you get some vigor of something. It probably explains a lot of what was going on.
Probably.
So, anyway, they got going and they lost a couple people, but they picked up a couple people because they had some Inuit guides, which were to help them and stuff like that. Of course, back then there was racism, so some people didn't trust them, and they eventually ended up over very petty things, actually like dueling and killing the people who were their best chance for survival.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. These people were like hunting for them and getting them fresh food so they wouldn't get scurvy. Because for whatever reason, people on these ships, they were saying they loved salt meat. They just wanted to eat salt meat all the time. And the doctors had to force them, and the captain had to force them, hey, every day you've got to have some lemon juice with sugar in it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that sounds good. That's lemonade.
Right.
And those men did not want to drink lemonade. So they started getting scurvy, and that makes your gums pull back and all kinds of nasty stuff. I think scurvy, one of the things too, is like old wounds open up on you from years ago.
Correct.
So they had those kind of things. It was 129 real stubborn guys who got out there. So they started losing people. The first winter they overwintered. And they stayed there and immediately started having troubles because the Erebor, which was the flagship, bent not one but two of its shafts. And in that first winter, it could not carry on with coal. It would have to use sails only.
Yeah.
And they thought, well, what we should do is we should take all the men, put them on the Terror, and move all the coal to the Terror. And then we've got a good chance of survival. But Mr. Franklin was not going to have further humiliation by abandoning his flagship.
Captain
so they didn't do that. So So even though they couldn't move forward with the coal, keeping that other ship going, they had to heat the water all winter. So using up their coal that they really could use later on. Now, the problem is, come summer, the following year, some of the things they thought were islands weren't islands. They were ice floes. It didn't unthaw the next year. So they went 2 years stuck in the same place, just battened down. Now, here's where it gets a little mysterious, because they have journals that were kept up to date.
Yeah.
And at some point, they abandoned the ships.
Okay. And
they took off somewhere. They found some graves along the shore, but those are just the people that we already knew about.
Yeah.
120 out of 129, 126 were never accounted for again. They don't know what became of them, never found them. And they searched for 11 years straight where they knew that they were. And they couldn't find any crew members. They couldn't even find the ships. But in a grave, they had found some of the journals. And it gave the exact location of where they abandoned the ships. And it was dated to when they abandoned them. So they went looking, like I said, for 11 years, and they couldn't find the ships at all. Not a trace of them. So all this time goes by, and there's a lot of fictionalized events that they add to the book and the movie. I'm just going to stick to what people actually said.
Yeah.
So all this time goes by, And they're like, well, we're not going to find these ships. We don't know where they went down whatsoever. But, despite him being the captain that ate his shoe, we're going to name a place after their ships. Everything was pretty much named around there. So they just chose this random area and they called it Terror Bay.
Huh.
Okay. Now, Terror Bay, like a lot of the stuff was named already. So Terror Bay was like, I don't know, like a week's journey south by boat from where the journals had said they'd gone down.
Yeah.
So, it's just the first place that they come across that wasn't named. So they called it Terror Bay. Anyway, time goes forward. And let me see the exact date on this, because this happened not long ago. So all kinds of time goes by until 2016.
Okay.
They found the wrecks of the ships. And guess where they found them?
Where?
Terror Bay, that they randomly named because it wasn't named yet.
What? What's the odds?
Isn't that wild? What are the odds of that? Now, see, how we found them is interesting too, because those 11 years they looked for this, you know who they never asked?
Who?
The Inuit, because of racism and all that stuff. They never asked them. The Inuit knew all along where they were, and they passed that information down generation to generation right to 2016. And the story, they led them right to where the ship was.
Yeah.
In 2016. But the story they had is that a ship came into Terror Bay where they were living, completely dark. No lights on the ship whatsoever. They can't really do much. They can't get out there when the ice is broken up in the summer.
Yeah.
So winter comes around. They walk out and they go onto the ship to see what's going on. They get there, still dark, completely silent, not a person to be heard. They're moving through the ship. There's stuff on shelves, like there's stuff on tables, like people just left in an instant.
Yeah.
They don't find anyone. They get down lower on deck and they open a door, and there's a tall man sitting at a desk with a giant grin going ear to ear. And it terrifies them. They take off out of there.
Yeah.
And they don't go back, but they watch it. And that ship goes straight down over the years. So they're watching it for years. They don't go near this. And they have stories that all the islands around Terror Bay are haunted by the men who were on that ship.
Oh, wow. It's like a folklore story then, kind of. That'd be my guess anyway.
Well, it means enough that they passed it down.
Yeah.
For what is that, 160 something years?
Yeah.
And when they actually found the ship, they went down. It was straight up, mass completely good. It was battened down and it was perfectly preserved. When they sent, I think they sent those ROVs, the remote operated vehicles,
yep,
down in there. There was still things on the shelf, food, cans, plates on the things. There were drawers in the captain's area was in there. Not a body to be found though. And they found the room.
Yeah.
That the Inuit said that guy was in.
Yeah.
And it was exactly as they mentioned it, but no one in there. No
That's
bodies,
crazy.
No skeleton, anything. And it would have been preserved.
Yeah.
Now, the theories they say on that, like there's been so many theories over all this time, but they said, you know what? There could have been a person in there. And if you die of scurvy, sometimes it can give you what's called a rictus, which is just draws the corner of your lips up like this.
Uh-huh.
And they just thought that he was still alive and sitting there, but he had actually died there.
Yeah.
But according to the Inuit, there was a monstrous, devilish man down there that scared him away. And they saw the spirits of sailors walking lost around all the islands of Terror Bay. In fact, they considered moving their camps away from there.
What a crazy story.
Right.
At first,
but I mean, that just goes to show, ask the people around there, you know? Like, 100%. That's crazy.
You know, the start of that story, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Roanoke a little bit.
It did. It really has a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Because none of those people were found except the ones that they buried initially.
Right. That's kind of crazy. It reminds me of that story that I told. I think it was a Canadian story, I think. I don't know if you ever looked into it, but that entire tribe of people were just gone. Like they were never. I
did look into that more.
Yeah, that's a crazy story too.
From time to time. Yeah, it's hard to lose that many people, like a whole town.
Oh yeah,
or 126 people on a ship.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if they went back to the ship and then brought it down to Terror Bay, they could have easily rowed ashore and stayed with the Inuit.
Oh yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have been a problem. Like, how, and a single man, if that's what they found down in the cabin, can't run the whole ship.
No, it's impossible.
But yeah, I thought it was the part that's funny is the coincidence of they're like, what's that called? Oh, that doesn't have a name. Okay, let's call that Terror Bay. And that's where they were the whole time.
Right.
And they searched 11 years, right?
That's crazy.
But yeah, so he actually went down as a worse reputation than the captain that ate his shoes, because according to the journals that they did find, there was a lot of actual cannibalism that almost everyone partook in, because they strongly believed that some of their guides were going out and bringing back wolf meat that was actually people.
What was that? What was that story? Remember the airplane crash where they?
Yeah,
that was a crazy story. That was, you don't hear very many cases of cannibalism.
No. Though a lot of those people survived, didn't they? Too. They had to sort of.
There was
get known about that.
A story that I heard not too long ago. It was actually, what was the name of that show? There was a show on, I think it was a little bit older. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There was this guy that was going out on a boat, same kind of thing with the sails and all that. Or it was a woman. I'm sorry. It was a woman.
Yeah.
And she was going this path that no woman had done before. And she called upon a couple of people to go. And she knew a guy that came on. And long story short, a storm hit one night and the captain was drunk. The guy that was watching the ship that night. And basically they had this horrific thing that happened, and they got abandoned in the middle of the ocean, and they couldn't figure out where they were. And it got so bad, the boat started sinking. They jumped on this emergency boat, and they started getting delirious.
Oh, yeah.
And because they couldn't drink the water, it was salt water. And they started drinking the salt water, thinking that I have to drink or I'm going to die, but it made it worse because of the salt intake inside. And at one point they debated on cannibalism just in that instance. Like a woman died of whatever. It was so crazy because the story was one of the guys they didn't like because he started getting kind of hands-on with the women in this boat. He's like, well, I'm going to die. I know how to make this a happy time, be over there like them pandas, you know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
But it was so crazy because he's like, you know what? We're going to get this on. And the other people so delirious because they're out in this sun and they're like dying. He's like, but first I'm going to go to the grocery store. And he's looking out into the middle of the ocean. There's nothing there. He jumps off the boat and there's been sharks sitting there waiting for them.
Oh.
And they just eat him. And then the other girl, she ended up going crazy. Like she was nuts. And then the next morning when they woke up, she had died. But they was debating on eating her. But because she had so much infection on her skin and stuff, they're like, we can't do this.
Yeah.
They almost died, though. The two leftovers almost died. But then a ship came and saw them. It's like, what a crazy freaking story.
Was this a true story? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It reminds me of another story. We're sort of riffing off of all of this, but in World War II, the USS Indianapolis. Did you ever hear about that?
I don't think so.
So it was July 1945. So they were pretty much over and done with. July 30th, in fact, and it was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine. So 900 men. So there's 300 men that went down with the ship immediately.
Yeah.
Like they were donezo. They were gone. So 900 men survived the sinking and were floating in the ocean, holding on to life jacket and debris. And the problem was they were in the ocean 4 to 5 days with no food, no fresh water, intense sun exposure. But the problem is those were, like you said before, shark-infested water. It was the white-tip sharks and tiger sharks that were drawn to the area by the noise, blood, and movement. And the sharks were swimming around, but they weren't bothering the people at first.
Yeah.
Because they were eating the dead. But sharks can consume a lot. And there were a lot there. So once they got all the dead out of there, from 900 men, shark ate, oh man, my math's bad, 884 of them, and only 316 survived those 4 days.
That's crazy. I looked it up because I watched it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the show is I Shouldn't Be Alive.
Okay.
And the description, it was on the documentary channel. It says a hastily assembled crew set sail from Maine on a luxury yacht, which they were delivering to a new owner in Florida.
Oh, okay.
There's immediate conflict and tension amongst the strangers. Then out of nowhere, a hurricane engulfs them and rips the boat apart. The life raft blows away, and the 5 crew are forced to take refuge in a 12-foot inflatable dinghy. With no food, no water, they soon dehydrate. And then that's where I'm going to send this to you. You might want to watch it. It's super interesting.
Yeah. It's the water that gets you first. That's the biggest problem. Like, you can go quite a way without food. I can go even further, of course. But yeah, it's the water that gets you first. And what would get me before any of it would be the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I couldn't escape the sun, I'd be done in the first day.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, after that hurricane hit and everything started going crazy, I couldn't remember the story. I watched it November 25th, if that's any indication of how long ago that was. But it was so crazy because they was out in this boat at first, and I remember what happened. At first, they was outside the boat, and they were kind of swimming, and the woman kept feeling things bumping into her legs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And she thought it was the guy beside her that kept kicking her, and she put her head down in the water. She goes, "Oh, those are sharks." So they jumped into the boat.
Yeah.
But then the sharks started bumping into the boat, trying to knock them off the boat and stuff. Like, what a terrorizing freaking thought. That's nuts.
Those things are smart. They can be smart too. Like,
you ever watch those, what is it, killer whales or orcas? What's the things that tries to get the penguins off those igloos?
Yeah, that's the killer whales.
Yeah, the crazy thing is they all work together now to get a wave that then goes over the igloos, or not igloos, the ice. What do they call those? The ice caps
or the icebergs?
Whatever it is. Yeah, icebergs, I guess. And it like goes over and it splashes them so hard with water that it knocks them over the other edge. It's like, that is smart to a different level. Like, that's legit too smart.
Well, you must have heard it was last year or the year before that one of them got killed by a ship, and then they started sinking ships in groups. Yeah. Like, they can organize. There's another thing that came out last year where, and this is gruesome, and I'm sorry for this, but a killer whale started wearing a dead, don't know if it was a dolphin, like a hat.
Yes, it wears them like a hat.
Right, and then other ones started doing it because it became in fashion.
Right.
Killer
I forget what it was.
They are smart.
They're very
I don't think it was a dolphin, but it was some kind of animal. That
it was. I forget what it was, but they was wearing it on their. I thought it was a fish. Maybe it was something else. Killer whale. I saw that. I was going to tell it on our podcast, but I'm like, it's not a big enough story. Killer.
It sort of fits in with the stuff we're talking about now.
Right. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Sometimes salmon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see that there. I guess that it started happening in the 80s.
Correct. It happened once before and it stopped.
Yeah. Well, hats come in and out of fashion with people too.
Hey, look, some women wear bell bottoms now. Those haven't been around since the 60s.
Yeah, I don't like that, but more power to them. That came around once when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I say I don't like it because everyone was going around with like these big, heavy jean denim pants that were like wet about a foot up all the time, dragging water everywhere, and everyone was uncomfortable, but they refused to give up these pants. So
you gotta hate fashion trends for stuff like that. Speaking of trends,
oh yeah,
you ready to open a box?
I sure am.
You got the good stuff
turn.
Now. Oh, is it my turn? 1, 2, 3, or 4, Nick?
Well, 3. Let's go 3.
All right, we're gonna go 3. Which is right here.
Now it's your turn to go first, but I'm gonna start opening mine because it's a little awkward.
No problem at all. I got my knife ready, Nick. I got my raptor
claw.
I
brought mine this time too.
Raptor claw. Would you like to take a wild guess who I might have, Nick? You've been doing it with me here lately. I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite ones. I'm going to guess 2 because 2 of my favorites are on there. Really.
Okay.
Oh, actually, there's a lot, but I'm going to say it's either going to be the guy from Black Phone.
Yeah.
Or, of course, as you know, I really like Megan, so it could be Megan. I'm going to guess one of those 2.
All right. Not going to look. I'm trying to figure out what side the face. There's the face. I can already tell the face. And survey says... Oh, nope, I was wrong.
Oh. The Wolfman
is the Wolfman. Sorry, it wasn't.
It's pretty cool.
I tell you what, these things are heavy.
Yeah, they are. Has he got red hair?
It kind of looks that way, but it's brown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always the color blindness thing that gets me. I thought, oh, is that a ginger werewolf representing?
I felt his ear. I thought it was someone's nose.
Oh. So what's your guess? What have I gotten here?
I'm going to say it's going to be 11.
11. Well, I can already tell before I even open the package that it's someone very skinny, so.
Oh.
It's not a monster, and it's not one of the adults, probably. Oh. Steve.
Oh, friggin' Steve.
Everyone loves Steve.
Well,
I'm happy to have that.
He made an appearance. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Yeah.
I gotta
grab more of those.
I just saw a thing the other day that they said that they are seeing that guy in subways and stuff. He's just acting like a normal guy. Another thing I didn't know is he was part of a band and he self-funded his entire music career.
Dude, I've listened to his songs and a lot of them are pretty good, but the one that's being played all over everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Huh.
Do you know it? It's The End of Beginning is what it's called. And his band's called DJO. You should give it a listen. It's actually quite good.
He self-funded everything himself. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's the dream, man.
He didn't want to take a record deal. He wanted to do it all on his own so he could have the rights to his own music. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's smart. A lot of those people on the show are actually musicians as well.
I didn't know that.
Like Vecna is Maya Hawke, who we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Dustin's got a voice of an angel. We heard that on the show.
Yeah.
But he sung other things. All of them do. Every single one of them.
They should start a band, just them, and call them themselves the Stranger Things.
Stranger Tunes.
That's right. Stranger Tunes. I like that. That's
there
good.
You go. There you go.
Speaking
you can
of
take that, guys.
Oh, heck yeah. Speaking of Stranger Tunes, wherever you're listening to your podcast, make sure you're clicking that ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Make sure you're hitting the doggone thumbs up. Make sure you're telling your friends. Until we see you in the next podcast, goodbye.
Goodbye.